Bridget Bartlett here. I am the president of Vision Marketing and Design.com. And today we are live inside of our Friday Q&A. I see everyone jumping in here. Before I take your questions, hello, Miss Frankie. Hello, Maria. Just going to let
Hello,
Jenny.
everybody.
Hello,
I'm
hello.
so happy to be here. And so sorry I had to miss yesterday, but I did something real nice. I went to visit a neighbor who was in the hospital, and it took a little bit longer. I tried to listen to it at the hospital, but it was impossible. So I'll have to catch the replay.
One thing I've learned about this whole journey of being an entrepreneur is it's all about balance. Not
Mhm.
every minute of your day should be spent on your business. Sometimes you have to remember what you're actually doing all of this for in the first place. So, no forgiveness needed, Miss Frankie. That's the beauty of replays. You
Yeah.
just watch them when it's convenient for you. Before I get started, though, I did want to update you guys on some things that maybe you haven't seen yet. So let me go ahead and share my screen here because one of the most important things about when you're doing online marketing is you need great tools and you need great support. We have the great tools, and I was struggling. Like, I need support. I need not just one person, but I need a team of people who know this platform inside and out. And I also need a knowledge base. I need someone to be able to create and update videos and then show you guys how to do all of those things. I was really struggling with that. That's also why I kept the price so low right now. We're just launching. We're still in the pre-launch phase until December 1st. So I was like, where am I going to find some support that can do all of that, and still I can stay in a budget to make my business profitable? Because that's the what we struggle with, when we're in business, is how can I get what I need and still be a profitable business? You can raise the price, but then you run into problems there. So it's always, like I was just saying to Frankie, like the balance, with your personal life, with your business, but also with your tools, with your finances, and all of those things. You need to have balance. Okay. So what I actually did was, let me share my screen because I want to show you how cool this is. Um, I have this little like thing on Norton's that keeps popping up, and it's like blocking my little bar down here. So let me, okay, share my screen. So this is what your accounts look like. Okay. So when you get into your dashboard, if you're like brand new and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Start here, connect your Google My Business, connect your Facebook, and all of these things. And then you can also download the mobile app, which, if you don't know, you can download the app, and this is everybody's plan. You can do this. And then any conversations that show up within your account. So if maybe you have a client text you, or maybe they sent you an email or even a phone call, you're going to find the phone call recording, you're going to find the text message, and you're going to find the email all within the conversation tab under that client. Okay. So the ability, and this is one of my favorite things, because it solves a huge problem that I have, and you guys will have as your business grows if you don't have the problem already. Having this app really, really, really helps so much. So anyway, once you get started with all of that, I just added this in the dashboard, which is our support. Okay, so if you don't know yet, we're using the HighLevel tools inside of our Team Vision training program. And HighLevel is absolutely by far the best platform with the highest quality of tools that basically on the market. It's made by an agency for agencies. And so this is, if you're thinking of starting a business, especially an agency, this is something that you really need to look into. So in my struggle to find support, I actually discovered that there's a third-party company who specializes in support for HighLevel. This is one of the things, one of the benefits that you get when you go with a company like this, as opposed to some others, is because when you have a company that it caters to performance and high-end clients, okay? Now, when I say high-end, I mean clients that are willing to spend thousands of dollars a month because the tools work, because the support works, because it works for them. You know, you can easily spend 10 grand a month as a business if you know that it's going to earn you 50 grand. That's just a no-brainer, right? We're all used to investing and getting a return on our investment. So, so what this company has done is they actually monitor all of the updates. So when HighLevel says, hey, guess what? We have a new feature. Hey, guess what? We just changed the dashboard. This company actually goes in and they update all of these things for me as the agency owner. I don't have to do it. So they also have contact us. So this is the other great thing, is it's not a secret. I'm brand new to this platform. I can't use it like I use the other one because I'm brand new. So I don't want you as my clients and my team to suffer from my learning curve. So I needed to hire experts. And that's, again, that's what we do in business, right? You don't have to know everything. You just have to know enough to find the right people to do the job so that your business is professional, high performance, high service, right? So if you need to contact support, you can actually do this here. Like, let's say I have a bug and then I want to respond. You can actually upload files. Some support systems don't have that. So that's really cool because you can just take a screenshot. But then you also have these, the knowledge base, right? So you have all of these articles. So how to use the dashboard. And when you click here, there's a video. Now, what's cool is this company. Now, you all know that I use HighLevel. I'm transparent with you about everything, right? I just told you. But maybe if you want to white label this and you're not interested in teaching people how to do an agency, you just want to use this for your own agency. The beauty of this company is what they do is they white label their videos. So if you watch this, you're not going to see any branding on that video, but it's clear, it's short, it's to the point, and they take all of these screenshots to help you like walk through the whole process and all of that. So it honestly is worth every freaking penny that I pay for this because it's useful to me as well as I learn. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that we just added that this week. So now within Team Vision, you have the best tools, you have the best support, and this third-party support company is what handles HighLevel support. Okay, they build their funnels, they do all of their own things for HighLevel. So that's, I mean, if you guys, this is literally the best support that you could possibly get for your HighLevel agency because they know it, right? So that's something that I wanted to add as well. Also, if you look, you know, we've been talking about emails a lot of the times, like for the agency owners, if you're just using the tools, if you don't have a HighLevel plan, you're a member of Team Vision. Even if you do click my affiliate link, you're a member of Team Vision. But if you have clicked my affiliate link and you have created your own HighLevel account, you are your own agency, okay? So when it comes to support, when it comes to emails and all of those things, it's your responsibility to handle that. So having that as a resource is really important. Even if you're not ready for that yet, you know that when you are ready, you have all of these resources, all these things put in place that you can utilize. So I did want to show you as well. So we've been speaking of emails. We have been talking about Mailgun, and I've seriously I've given you guys like the credits at cost because I know we're brand new. We're still testing. I wanted to make sure that everything is working. I don't think that I can log into this here. So let me see if I can log in here. Maybe not. I was going to show you, we're getting great delivery rates and all of those things, but there's something that, and maybe I can just show you here, there's something different about HighLevel, about the emails. Okay, so let me stop sharing for just a second because I want to blur these things in the correct places so that you can see what I'm trying to show you. And then I will be done and we'll get right to your questions. I just want to make sure that everyone's information is blurred out before I share. Okay, so let me share this now. Okay. So one of the things that intimidates the agency owners, I get it because it did me too, is the fact that we manage our own emails. Okay, so me as the agency owner, so if you choose the $97 plan, the $297, or you do SaaS like I did, and you have your own agency. Again, like I said, you have to be responsible for support and you have to be responsible for email delivery. So how does that happen? What if you're not an expert like me in email delivery? One, you can hire someone to help you make sure. I mean, look, it's not rocket science. If you can, if you've done this kind of thing before, you can get in there and you can set your own records. It's not, there's walkthrough tutorials and stuff, but sometimes the management is really intimidating. I know that it totally was for me because I'm like, I'm kind of insecure about I've never had to manage an email system before. What do I do? How do I do it? And so I had to hire someone to kind of break this down for me and make sure that I honestly, you guys, I want to provide the best email delivery system on the planet. That's my goal. So I knew that I needed to get help for that. So this is how this all works. And you're going to freak out when you find out how easy this is. Okay. So when you are the agency, okay, and you have your own HighLevel account, what you need to do is create a Mailgun account. Okay. So Mailgun, what that does is it basically tracks all of the emails coming in and your email reputation, how many are bouncing, and all of those things. Okay. It's much more in detail than like Bluehost or something, which I had honestly planned on using Bluehost until I figured out why you would want to use Mailgun. So I went with Mailgun. So now here I am with Mailgun and I'm like, I've never used Mailgun. I don't know how this works. I need to make sure that every email coming into my agency is a valid email. How do I do that? Because that ensures that if I do that as the agency, that ensures that you guys as my team, as my client, then you have the best email system, right? Let's just keep our IP address, our domain, let's keep that as quality as possible. So what I've done is I've actually, if you go to Mailgun, you'll see your key here once you get it integrated. And then every single time someone creates an account, they'll have their email here. Okay. So you can actually go into each account and then set this, or you can just do like I did. And I just toggled on email validation. Okay. So what does that mean? When you toggle on email validation, what that means is that now the way that we have it set is every single time, whether it's my account or I'm so sorry, I'm letting you all in, whether it's my account or it's your accounts, every single email is validated, so that you literally can't do more to protect your email reputation than what I've done. So here's the best part, you guys. Mailgun does this stuff. Okay. I don't have to hire someone to monitor it. Obviously I need to, make sure, check in on it, make sure that it's all good. But now it's like, it's done for me. Okay. So do I need to hire someone else? No. Is it more expensive to have it validated? Yes, it is. But in the long run, is it really more expensive? Because if some people start, spamming and we keep our credits low and people are spamming, and then now none of us are getting great delivery rates. And now it's like, here's what's going to happen. Me as the agency owner, guess what? Everybody's contacting support and they're like, I'm not getting, emails and nothing's, and it's all, and now I'm like, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, now I need to hire someone because I don't know enough. And I need to say, help me fix this. And it's probably going to be expensive and it's going to take a lot of time. And you guys are going to be like, I'm leaving Team Vision because I'm getting horrible delivery rates. So what I've done is just prepare for all of that. Now, every single email that comes into Vision Marketing and Design is going to be validated first. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that is what I've done to ensure that everything is as literally as quality as it could possibly be. So that's all the updates and things that I wanted to tell you. So what are your questions? Let me have it. Who wants to go first? You know what?
I'll go first.
Okay.
This is Janai.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, so I have I got my domain set up with my email on GoDaddy. So I haven't tried to import anything yet. So do I need Mailgun, or I mean, I don't even know what's really necessary to.
The only time that you need Mailgun is if you have created an agency account with HighLevel. So are you an agency owner or are you a Team Vision member? Well, I mean, you're really both.
Yeah.
But did you create an account through HighLevel?
I'm on the trial right now, but
Okay.
yeah, I plan to keep it. So I was just I'm still working on my website and stuff. So I haven't gotten that far yet, but since we were on the topic, I figured I'd ask what the next step for that would be. And is Mailgun, okay, so like with the triggers and stuff, is there an autoresponder as we're used to, or is this something totally different?
So it's kind of like, if we're comparing to like our previous platform that we were using, you know, we had an email autoresponder.
Right.
But there's not like a I mean, I guess you could say there kind of is a standalone, but let me show you this training account here, and then I'll kind of explain how all of that works. So let me share my screen here. So this is basically what your dashboard looks like. If you're an agency owner, I've actually added an additional tab here that says agency resources, and that's where you're going to find, and only the people who sign up for a HighLevel trial will have that tab, okay? Because I'm also inviting my local business clients in here, and I don't want to confuse them, like, why do I have this agency, you know? So I don't want to just, you know, people that are just using the tools for their own business and have no interest in being an agency, all that extra information just kind of gets confusing. You know, it's like I added the Twilio, but only agency owners need Twilio. And so it was confusing people who have, you know, who are not So I just tried to streamline that. So anyway, having said all that, the emails, what you need to do is if you go to marketing, you'll see emails here. Okay. So here is where you're going to like send out your emails. You're going to, you know, you're going to respond to conversations. Those will all be here and it will combine everything. So this is a very, very streamlined system. So yes, you can send emails, you can build out entire workflows and sequences and all of that. But the difference is that it's just much more streamlined in this system. So this is what my clients see. This is what Team Vision members see, but it's not the agency account, right? You're not going to have, the only thing as a Team Vision member that you really have to do is you have to go over to your STMP settings as the agency. And if you want to use like maybe you bought a domain and it doesn't have an email service or anything, and you want to use Mailgun for your own account, you can integrate that. But you don't have to. You can actually use like maybe Gmail or Yahoo or any of that. So if you want to use that on your own sub account, you absolutely can do that. But me as the agency owner, I need to have something more advanced like Mailgun or Sendinblue or something like that so that I can track the analytics, but also because I'm looking for more of an automated system. So if as the agency owner, if I didn't want to toggle that switch on and then do the validations for the emails, what I would need to do is every quarter or so, I would need to export all of my clients' lists. I would need to import them into like an email validation system, like Pabbly has one. I would probably recommend Pabbly over any of them. It's a lot less expensive. So you would need to have those emails validated. You would need to remove all of the bad emails that are bouncing or whatever, and then you would need to re-upload them. I don't have the time to, maybe if I had like 4 clients, that's no big deal. But we already have like 70 people in the team. So I'm thinking, I can't do that I would have to be doing that every single day or hire someone. And so that's why having the ability to just automate that process, and I can just do that right away. I don't have to do damage control later on. We don't have to go through this like, oh my gosh, it's been a week and my emails are in spam. We don't have to go through any of that. Okay. So every time someone sends an email, it will automatically be validated. So that helps your individual emails, your individual reputations, but also it helps me as the agency because I'm like housing and maintaining the whole email system. So hopefully did I clarify that for you, Janai?
Not exactly. I was trying to see, okay, so with my GoDaddy email, can I send and receive emails just with that? Like with Twilio, if I connect it to that, or SendGrid or whatever comes with Twilio, or do I actually need the mailing gun? I mean, I'm just trying to, because my expenses account, my budget is low right now. So I'm trying to like not have to put out a whole lot of money for this, that, and the other. So I'm just trying to understand.
Mailgun does have a free account if you want to use that. As the agency owner, you will need something like that. I mean, okay. you will. I mean, I could say, no, you don't. And honestly, it's not like mandatory. But if you want to save yourself a lot of trouble down the road, I would highly recommend it. Okay. So but don't get overwhelmed with that. If that's something that's not in your budget, just be a Team Vision member, utilize the tools, get used to how everything works, get a couple clients. You can host that on your own Team Vision account. You can host their websites and funnels. You could even send email campaigns on your own Team Vision account. I mean, you would just have to, pay for the credits, and then you would rebill your client for those things. So you definitely don't have to have an agency account. It's just wherever you're at in your business and your journey. It's nice to know you can start with Team Vision, $47 a month, which is like crazy. And then you can work your way up, and that you have the support, you have the training, you have all of these, like the resources are mind-boggling, honestly mind-boggling. As an agency, the resources are incredible. But if you're not there yet, then don't do it. Just use the tools. Just use what you have available, and then you'll get there.
Right. So my last question with your Team Vision, if I use that, would the domains be Team Vision domains, or would I still be able to use my domain?
You can, just like I showed you in that like training sub account that I showed, you can connect whatever you want. So if you, like I use Bluehost and they have emails. So in my own, like in my sub account, or what would be like your Team Vision account, yeah, you can just change the STMP servers, or that just like you would, anything else. And then you can send and receive from your own email address.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Heck.
Hey there. I was going to say about the Mailgun, maybe another way to help you decide isn't it true that it's really kind of set up for agencies and for people that are going to use it to send email for other people? Yeah. So
yeah, it really is. And honestly, it's a lot deeper than I even understand. That's why I'm like, I am a firm believer. I do not sacrifice service or quality for my business. I don't care. I don't care if and Keck, you know me already. I don't care if I have to work 24 hours a day to get the job done. I don't care if I have to end up paying $10 because I misquoted it. I'm going to get the job done, and I'm going to do my absolute best that I can humanly possibly do. So part of that is, you guys shouldn't sacrifice for my learning curve. The same way if you start an agency and you're like, I don't know anything about this. So what? Reach out to the people who do. I want someone who's been working in Mailgun for 20 years. That's what I want. I want someone who's seen and done it all. And instantly when I say, hey, here's a screenshot of my problem, I want someone who's like, oh yeah, I've seen that a million times. Let me just log in here and take care of it. That's what I want. Because I'm not sacrificing quality or service. So yeah, so for sure.
So, that would be something to ask yourself. If you plan on like using it for your own business you're building, you might not need it. But if you plan on taking on one client and maybe then another client, and then you got to say, okay, well, if you're going to wait because maybe you don't want to pay for it, then there's all that energy you spend learning how to bootstrap it now. And then when you have 3 or 4 and you need something like this, then you got to start all over again with the energy to learn how to do the new thing. So those are some things just to consider.
Yeah. And that, again, that's why having, being able to get into Team Vision and utilize all of the tools, all of them, you guys, you're not just, some of them, all of them, which it's a retail price of $497. So it's like you guys have really the boat of tools. But they're the same tools that you know, next year when you have like 3-4 clients and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed right now, I need to level up. And by that point, you're just learning Mailgun and you're just learning these things. It's not you're learning, oh my gosh, I need to figure out how to send emails. I need to figure out how to create a website now. You're not doing what I'm doing, right? Because you've just been learning all of this time. But also, flip side of it, if you're like, man, I've used Mailgun for years and I have like 6 clients, I'm ready to jump in. Absolutely do it. Highly, highly recommend it, because it's not just that the tools are high performing, it's that it just makes your life so easy. I know Keck and I have talked about this many times about the conversation tab. You don't realize how incredible that is until you get to a point when you need it and you're like, I'm drowning in messages and they're all over the place. And what usually happens is someone messages me and they're like, hey, I wanted to follow you up. And then they like send me an email, and then they send me a text, and then they send me a message on Facebook. And then I respond to the email, but then like a few hours later, I finally see the text. And then I'm like, I don't know if this new, or did I already respond to that? And then a few hours later, I see the Facebook and I'm like, I don't know. I'm so confused. So then I have to dig, and all of this time is time that I'm not using to make money, right? I'm not using to grow my business because I'm just trying to track down conversations that should have never been an issue in the first place. So yeah. Anyway,
I love that too. And when it comes time that you want to outsource to have somebody else take care of those messages, rather than trying to have to give them usernames and passwords for 10 accounts, you just give them access to that conversations dashboard, and they're off.
Yeah. And the beauty of this team is that, look, our team is about 70 people at this point. So we have 70 people that are all using the same platform. So you have it's not just HighLevel. You have like 70 people that you could rely on for support. You know, you could come into this Q&A and you could be like, I'm struggling to do this. And there's 70 people that can help you solve your problem. So, and that's totally outside of HighLevel. So there's so much support, you guys. And please don't let the fear, because I felt it too. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm transitioning my whole business. I have so much digital real estate. It's like unbelievable. And the fear will be almost paralyzing, but guess what? The fear never goes away. It never goes away. It's going to be with you every step of the way in the whole journey. And if you don't learn how to deal with it now, you're never going to overcome. You're never going to be successful. You have to push past the fear. It's terrifying to me. I find out I'm going to have to be maintaining my own emails. Like that was like the worst thing for me, because I'm like, I'm so insecure about that. But I had to go back to the basics with myself and say, okay, Bridget, you don't know how to do it. You're insecure. You're feeling overwhelmed. What do? You outsource it. That's what you do. You don't have to be an expert. It doesn't matter. You just outsource it. Hire the people who do know. Don't stress out about it.
Yeah, you can always Google it, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, Google. I use Google so much. And then I'm like, I messaged another agency owner and I'm like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed with this email thing. He's like, don't stress, outsource it. I'm like, why? Why does it take someone else to tell me that? You know, sometimes it's just, you're like tunnel vision, like, oh my gosh, I'm so lost. And then you're, oh, I don't have to know everything. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. What a stress relief. Maria, I see your hand up. Oh, and then Frankie, I'll come right back at you.
Just a quick question on Mailgun. You're saying that that email system, I'm going real basic now. I guess I don't understand. Is that just for people who signed up for the agency portion, or can we access it too as a team member, or no?
No, you don't have to worry about Mailgun. If you have your, if you bought your domain like Janai, if you bought your domain through GoDaddy and you want to set your email, like, you know, you need to, and your registrar, you need to create the email. I did a video about how to do that on Bluehost, but I mean, every registrar is the same thing. So you just create your email there. And then once it's created in your registrar, so I have my domain and I have all of my emails created in Bluehost. And then once it's created, then all you do is you take the STMP server information and then you put it into your account in that area I showed you. But again, if you're like, I've never done that before, I'm so overwhelmed, just contact their support. Just say, hey, I need these numbers to go here, and then they'll handle it for you. It'll just save you so much anxiety and frustration. If you've never done it, like support is so important, because it really, you can sit there for 2 weeks waiting for a problem and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not making any money because I have a problem. Or you can be like, okay, I just got the instant answer. Awesome. Yay. Now I can move on, right? You don't have to spend all the time troubleshooting and losing money because you need support, you know? So choose a registrar and your tools and all of those things based on support. Even if it's a buggy tool you're using, as long as support can help you, then as long as they can solve the problem, it's like, it's all about the support. That's
So
my
once I do that, I have access to Mailgun, then that's what I'm asking.
Well, you won't have to worry about Mailgun.
Okay.
So what Mailgun does is it's just really for agency owners, or like maybe you went to Namecheap and you bought a domain and you're like, they don't provide emails. So now I need to create an email. Then you could utilize that through Mailgun. Or maybe, Maria, if you have like clients that you're hosting on your account and you wanted to be able to track, you know, how like the clients, like how many emails did I send to this client? How many did I send to this client? And all of these things, then it will definitely help you. But if you're just doing your own thing, don't worry about it. Just utilize the tools. And when you connect those STMP, when you connect that to your Team Vision account, then all the emails will come from you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Miss Frankie?
Yes, Bridget, I believe you just answered my question, but I'm going to have to go back and look at that again, that whole explanation for Maria. But I'm going to ask it anyway, just in case. If someone has a brand and their name is the brand, let's use Jane Doe. That's Jane Doe's brand, janedoe.com. Now, Jane Doe has that hosted somewhere. And she also has the sub accounts, for example, affiliates.janedoe.com. Now she's looking at what you're presenting and she's interested in naming Vision or Jane Doe Vision.janedoe.com. How can she accomplish that?
So all of that would have to be set up in the registrar where the domain is.
Okay.
And then once you do that, there are, and it'll tell you if you go to like connect a domain. Let me share my screen again and show you here. So when in your account, okay, your Team Vision account, if you go down to settings here, you'll see all of these different settings. Okay, so what you're concerned with the emails is this right here. Okay, so you want to connect the STMP, and please don't get overwhelmed. It's really just copying and pasting, because look, I get it. I'm like that too. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's coding and things like that. I'm not interested. I'm interested in teaching and showing you guys how you can get leads for your business and, you know, all those cool, fun things that I enjoy. So this is not something that I'm an expert in. That's why I'm telling you, just take the easy way. Don't get overwhelmed. Just take the easy way, contact support. So anyway, you can add that here. So when you add those settings here in your account, let's say we're using Gmail, a lot of the times you can just log in. Like if I'm using Gmail, I can just use my Gmail and then password, and then now it's connected to my account. Okay. But let's say I wanted to use another one that's not listed there. I would just say, hey, Bluehost. I would get this server from Bluehost and this information from Bluehost. And then my username and email and password is going to be what I created in Bluehost. Okay. So I'm just saying, hey, read this info so that we can pull in my email. Now, when you're talking about domains, what you want to do is go to here, domains. So when you go to domains, what you're doing is all of the domains that you want to be connected to your account, this is where you're going to add them. Okay. Whether it's a subdomain or it's a main domain or whatever, you're going to add it here. Okay. So there's different rules. If you want to add a domain, you want to point the A record here. If you are adding like a subdomain, then you need to use a CNAME record and it needs to point to this. Okay. Now, again, if that overwhelms you, here's what you should do. Let's say I wanted to add www.myvisionagency.com. Let's say I wanted to add that. Okay. And actually I should spell it right because that would make a difference. So what I want to do is I want to take this and I want to copy. And then now I'm going to Bluehost. I go right to their support and I say, hey, I need this done. Can you help me? And then they will, and then you're done. That's all you have to do. Okay. And then if you're familiar with this and how to set it up, then just go do it yourself. But don't get overwhelmed by that. And then when it comes time, when you're like, once you have connected all of your domains inside of your account, then you can go over to like your, let me find it. Websites and funnels, like say funnel. Let me see here. Now say I wanted to connect this funnel to my domain. I just go here and then I select it from my list. Okay, so that's the process for the domains and the emails. So hopefully, but again, don't get overwhelmed. Just contact support.
Okay, that's a good explanation. Again, I'll have to go and do a replay. Which I always have to do. I have to listen to it more than one time to get it.
Yeah. And you know, there's training with images that I totally appreciate because sometimes we don't have time or we can't hear the sound in the video. So I love that they put the video and then they have the text and the images and stuff. So if you get lost, just go to the knowledge base and look up, you know, how to do it. And they have the images and all of those things. So utilize the Team Vision support and utilize your registrar support and say, go to Team Vision and say, here's what I need done. What do I need to, you know, can you just tell me what I need done to tell GoDaddy what to do? And then, they, you know, so utilize that for sure.
Okay. And then my second question is, if I can go ahead with it, concerns a client who becomes ill, for example, and they're no longer, they're under your plan, but they're no longer able to do the work. They want to either sell the account or they want to bequeath it or give it to a family member or someone. What's your policy procedure on that?
So if you wanted to do that, what they would need to do is just create their own account. And then we have the ability to create snapshots. So you can literally create a snapshot of the entire account. So it includes triggers and tags and sales funnels and websites, and you just get a link. And then when they create their account, I can just share that link to the entire snapshot, and then they have an exact copy.
Now, when you say create an account, I'm saying they already have an account with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then yeah, we'll just share the screenshot or the snapshot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Thank
actually
you.
It's so surprising and amazing and easy to do, honestly, because I've had that support system. They also give that I have invested in. They also give you like a lot of workflows and snapshots and sales funnels. And so I've been moving all of those into my account and I'm like, I can't believe how awesome this is. It's so exciting. So cool. Okay, I see your hand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes. So I've had the opportunity the last couple of days to start building in the builder, and yeah, I like it once you get the hang of it. I did have a question though, as far as mobile, there's very little to do, but for example, my headers and footers, I guess that's two things. I can't figure out how to get the top two, sections that I use for headers and footers a little smaller, like I would like for header. And then the other question really is, I have like on the top for the header, I have a 4-column section, right? But I'm only using the 2 in the middle because if I wanted just 2, it like spread it out too much. So I used a 4 and left the 2 on the sides blank. So it looks great on desktop, but on mobile, then I have an extra like 2 blank sections that I want to get rid of. And when I get rid of it, it gets rid of it on the desktop as well. So I was wondering if there's a way to change stuff on mobile that doesn't change on desktop, or if you've been down that road yet or not.
Honestly, I haven't. I saw something, that happened with me too. Like I had built the website and then I had changed some things and then I went to mobile and then it wasn't changed. I totally know it's something that I did, to be honest. I totally know that it was, but I'm still building, this whole week I've been focused so much on this email thing and making sure all of that is perfect. Now I can finally breathe easy. I feel good about it. Like it's also, I've had it verified by multiple people in HighLevel and the person I hired, that it's all good. So now I'm like, okay, now
Nice.
I can really start rebuilding all my websites. So I haven't quite gotten there yet, but one thing that I did learn though, and let me share my screen about that and adjusting those things, the padding. I'm sure that you're aware of this part, but the padding, like let's say I wanted to adjust this and it had too much space on the top and bottom, I can actually adjust padding. And what that does is it changes the space in here. And then the margin actually changes the space above like the box that it's in.
Yeah, I'm hip to that.
Yeah, so let's go to this here and let's see. So like maybe So Keck, when you do your headers and footers, obviously is it a section that you're working with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. So I mean, you can adjust that. So maybe what you need to do then is work with the padding in the mobile.
Well, I guess there's 2 things really. One, like on desktop, I don't feel like I can get it skinny enough.
Yeah.
For a header. Like as skinny as I can get it, it seems too fat. And just with the green section, right? So it may just be what it is. That just seems a little fat to me. If I wanted to make it half that size, I don't know how to do that.
I wonder do you have like an image in your header?
I do. I have a logo.
Okay, because I wonder if it is not letting you reduce the size of the actual section because the image is too large. So maybe if you adjust the size of the image, then it will allow you to adjust the size of the actual section that it's in.
Okay.
Maybe try that, because if you choose, I'm sorry.
I don't think that's it, because I have tried to make it smaller. Like, for example, can you make that section any smaller? That's really what I'm talking about.
So let's see. So I have this padding. I have this.
Let's say you just wanted a headline up there or a skinny menu or something,
Yeah, so let's add, where's the menu here? Let's add a headline just because I see this first. Oops. Okay. So we're going to add, I guess you got to add a column first. And
yes.
then you got to add a headline. Okay.
I figured that out like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. So crazy. So this is so right now, this is the smallest I could get it here. But if I start playing with this, right, and then I start adjusting these things, so this is already reduced as much as possible. So let's work our way out. So now let's start at the purple layer. And now I have padding on top and padding on bottom. So now let's go one more layer out and we have this one. And it looks like it's as small as it could get. So this would be as small as I could see that it's getting.
Yeah. That actually looks smaller than what I got it. So maybe I do need to fool with it some more.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get used to the those like the sections as well. Oh, but I did want to tell you, because as soon as you told me you had that the issue with the panels and things, let me share this because this will definitely help you. I was binge watching some tutorials and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's cool. So let me go ahead and add a section. Okay, so we're going to do a full width section. Where did I add it at? Oh, section, add. Let's go full width. All right, so now I have this. Let's go ahead and choose columns. So let's choose 5 There's 6 columns. All right. Then we'll add, let's just add some images here. Okay, so we'll add an image here and here. And I could duplicate all these things. I just wanted to show you like what I'm saying here. So you have this panel here. Okay, let me move this up so it's not so low on my screen. So you have this panel here and you want to have, 2 larger things, and then you don't want to have these things on the side. What you can actually do is delete these things on the side, and then you can take these and move them. So let me see here, because I was trying to work with this. So you can actually see how you can do that and then still leave the spacing on the sides here. So like say I wanted to have this one larger and then have these 2 in the middle be small, or maybe I wanted to have this one be small and then I could expand these in the middle. Yeah, you just have to play with it here. So,
that's cool.
yeah, so that's kind of what I think that you're trying to do. I saw that too, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that you could drag those things. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Because like, on the other builder, it was like you had the flexibility of moving them around, but that was almost to your detriment, because it's like, well, I need these all to be the same size. And then how do I, like, are they lined up? Is there the correct spacing on each side? And then you always have issues when it comes to like mobile and then viewing on different devices, because there's there's no structure in the sense that you're made to do it correctly when you're building.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps.
Another thing I encountered was with videos. I was going to use the Builderall video hoster because I like the hoster there and everything, but I couldn't get it to work. The embed, the video wouldn't come out the proper dimension on the website. It would be long and it'd be the right width, but it would be like only 1/3 as tall as it should be. So I ended up.
What element did you use? Did you use the video element?
Yeah, I used, let me see here. Yes, the video element, the custom embed.
Oh, okay. Custom embed. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe try, let me see in the actual elements here. Let me see what they have. Maybe try the, let me share my screen so you can see it. This one here, this custom HTML. Try that with the actual embed code and then see if that gives you a better look of the video.
Well, I've already created a YouTube channel and hit my upload limit for the day. So I've got half of them on now, half of them done now through there. I was wanting to have to maybe avoid that and just, I already had them hosted somewhere, but yeah, I'll try that off too.
Yeah. See if it works. I mean, it may not work, but
But I didn't even know what that was there. So that's a great option.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Anyone else have questions? Alfredo, no questions? You look very perplexed today.
Bridget, this is Marcel here.
So, how are you?
Oh, how are you? Let me do. I'm working right now, so I'm in between clients, and I probably missed a lot of what you said. Let me see. There we go. Okay, great. Hello, everybody. Let me see. I have a host of questions, but I'm just going to go through them, and maybe you can help me. And I think Janai and you were answering a bunch of the questions. So what I'm going to do is go through the video and look. So, to my understanding, with the transition, with the vision design platform that we have, we're able to do everything. And I started playing with the website builder, just like how you were doing and Keck was doing, because what I want to do is build a website for myself. And I have a client, a construction client, that I need to build a website for. So would you suggest just doing a simple platform in HighLevel, or do it in the previous one and transition it over, since I'm more familiar with the previous one?
I mean, it's really your choice. Whatever. Yeah. It's like, yeah. If your future plans are to use HighLevel, I would start today
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
there's no greater learning experience than kind of the pressure of a client job. But
Okay.
also just honestly, it's easier. There's not a lot of like, there's some things it doesn't have though. So again, you have to be, it's a very personal, I guess, question, because maybe you need a slider, and I haven't found a slider yet on this builder.
Gotcha.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you need some other things, and it doesn't have it, but I guarantee you there's a way of integrating. And so
I'm glad you mentioned the slider, because could you create a video and then put that on the website as a slider? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can actually, and what I like to use is I use Canva and I create a GIF.
Right.
And then I just embed that just like an image. Yeah.
Okay, that helps. I'm glad you mentioned that. Now, Keck was mentioning video. So this platform doesn't have a video hosting platform yet.
Not necessarily, but you do have, let me show you the options that it has so you can see.
Because while you're doing that, I like what Keck said about using YouTube, but I don't want to have a public platform, and I don't want to go to Venmo yet. So
when you choose the video element, and you click here in the little gear, just like we're used to doing, then you go to video type. So you have Vimeo, Wistia, you can custom embed. And then you have the HTML option.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll look at that. Now, the other thing that you had in the platform, and it's a whole wealth of things that you're giving. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, let me just comment. With YouTube, you could list them as private too.
Yeah, I know. But see, if they still pull it up, even in the private, they can take it someplace else. And I need it just for my group. You understand?
Oh, you're trying to secure it from theft.
Yes. Because in YouTube, even though in the private, you can still, a member may pull it up private, and then somebody else may get it, or they may, I
think what you're saying.
And I want to keep it private for my group. So thanks a lot. The CRM. So in this platform, one thing I do like is the messaging. All the messages from Facebook, from texting, from email is all in one platform. So you can see, and what is that called? Is that the CRM or?
Well, it's kind of like the whole system is really a CRM.
Okay.
So let's say when I start, building out my funnels and things like that, I want to, you need to have a website, you need to have a form, right? When they the form though, it doesn't just go to an email autoresponder and then it just start, you're like, oh, another lead. And then it's like, before you know, you have like 3,000 emails and then it's all great. But then what do you do with them? Right. So having a CRM is much better with conversions than just a standard email autoresponder. You know that, Marcel, you've been in the game long enough.
And it also has statistics too. Okay, great.
It's really, this platform is built for agencies by an agency. So it really, all of those things that we need, the ability to create pipelines and the ability to move clients from opportunity to opportunity, to be able to streamline all of those conversations. Because I know, Marcel, when I talk about that stuff, you're like, yes, I know. It's like, so having more than an email autoresponder, having more than that, to be able to not only capture the lead, but to nourish the lead, to give them that high level of customer service that we need our clients to experience. This is definitely an amazing solution.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play with this system, build a website for myself, then my client, I'll build one for them. And it's great that you showed the domain, how to plug the domain in with the CNAMEs and the STMP. So I'll work on doing that, and hopefully by next week I can give you something to show, and my client.
And you know what? I'm gonna write a note down, because what type of construction work does your client do?
General. He actually did a great job for me. I just sold a house a week ago, and he finished doing general construction. He is MHIC licensed, and I just want to get pictures and if I get something simple but great, he'll be impressed with it. So
Right. I'm looking in here because I added a bunch
I noticed in the
of-
funnel you had 2 construction funnels, and on the website there was a plumber, a city plumber and a regular plumber. So I was going to take the plumber and just do something with that, but whatever you have.
Yeah, let me, because I also got some templates from the support system that I invested in. They gave me a bunch of trainings and templates and things. So I put a note down here. Let me look in there.
Thank you so much, Bridget. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a whole host of questions, but I'm going to get rolling because this is exciting and it's ready to take it to another level.
Exactly.
And I thank you for all your due diligence. All right.
Thank you so much.
So I'll keep in touch. Blessings, everybody.
Bye. Linwood, I see your hand up. Are you driving, Linwood? He's probably scrambling to unmute. Anybody else have questions? No? Okay. All right, Linwood. You got so many seconds. Okay, guys, if you don't have anything else, I will definitely let you go. Get back to your businesses. I hope you're as excited as I am. Alfredo, you have something to say?
I just want to thank you, and I'm very impressed with the new next level system.
Oh, I'm so glad. You guys, I've never been more excited about my business. We are definitely going to the next level. If you're game, this is going to be a fun ride, and we're all going on it together. Keck, do you have a question?
Linwood asked in the chat if you could try to unmute him.
Oh. Let's see. I asked to unmute. Okay, I did just do like a request, but it's not letting me. It let me lower the hand.
He's going to have to unmute himself.
Yeah. Okay, well, Linwood, if you can hear me, just message me in our Telegram chat. Okay. Just message in the Telegram chat, and then I'll answer your question. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, you all. You literally are the best team on the planet. Now we have the best team, the best tools, and the best support. You really, honestly, if you're on the fence about being a part of Team Vision, you better jump off, because now's the time. December 1st, our prices will be increasing, and it's going to be dramatic because, you guys, these tools are worth, seriously, the retail price for this plan that you guys all have is worth almost $500. That's the retail suggested price. So definitely worth it. And I'm super excited to be able to drag you all, some of you kicking and screaming, to learn a new platform. But I promise you, it's the best thing for you. I promise you. When you get your first client, and when you get your second client, and then you're upgrading to the agency, and you're like, oh my gosh, last year Bridget was so right. I can't believe all of these things. It's so amazing. So I'm super excited that you decided to trust me enough with your businesses. And I will see you all Monday, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.